He volunteered, right? Okay. So prior to roll call, I'd like to make clear for the record of the meeting that it should be reflected in the minutes that this business meeting is being conducted pursuant to California Government Code Section 54953. Student trustee Espinoza is participating by Zoom conference, and that let the minutes reflect that student trustee Espinoza has an advisory vote only, which will be cast immediately before the regular members of the governing board cast their official votes. And now I'd like to advise the board members that any votes taken during the teleconference portion of this meeting will be taken by roll call. So since you volunteered, Trustee Reyes, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to Board Policy 2350, any person may speak to the Board of Trustees either on an agenda item or on other matters of interest to the public that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board and before any actions taken. Comments must be limited to 3 minutes per speaker and 20 on the same or substantially similar subject, unless a majority of the board votes to extend the time limit. As a matter of policy, members of the board may not discuss or respond to matters raised during public comment unless the matters are properly noticed for discussion or action in open session. Any questions about access or assistance or accommodation to participate in the meeting, please contact the Chancellor's office as far in advance of the board meeting as possible. Do we have any public comment?
We do not.
Excellent. All right. Moving on to Section 4, Recognitions and Celebrations, Applause Cards. No, we got so quick. All right. Congratulations to everyone on their applause card. We'll move now into Section 5, Trustee and Chancellor Reports. First up will be Trustee Houston, Board Finance Committee.
No report. Thank you.
All right. Trustee Reyes, is there a report for the Board Legislative Committee?
We didn't have a floor, but we did talk a little bit about what to look for in regards to, because there's some urgent matters in regards to appropriations and so forth. So we had a real good discussion. What's happening at the state level, helping some programs here. I was able to spend a whole month in Sacramento because of the situation with my wife. So I got to meet a lot of the, which helps us with programs that we're going to be pushing, and we are going to be pushing for programs that are going to be important to us. We also talked a little bit about, we're concerned with what's happening with HSI's funding, and we're going to get, this morning I got an email, we have several individuals that are going to step up to the plate. I don't think the administration really understands what Hispanic serving institutions are. We don't want to get into a battle between what HBCUs are and Hispanic serving institutions, because the whole purpose of that is to help underrepresented groups all over. And that's what we want to do. So a couple of the Congress people are taking the lead, and they're going to, I think they're making a change. Diana, I didn't even tell you this until, because I just got an email that Tom Downs, Angel, is working really hard, and they're going to push, they're going to meet with primarily the Republicans, because they're the ones that are asking the questions, to make sure there's $220 million under the HSI. So that's a lot of money. And we've been able to benefit tremendously because of that. So that's an important thing. So I think we're going to be able to, the relationship that we have with Haku that advocates for that is very good. So we're going to continue to do that, because that's helping our students in all areas. They always talk about the future workforce. We are the future workforce. So we need to educate our elected officials that by not supporting programs like that, they're going to have a major setback because they're not going to be able to come to college. At the state level also, thanks to the leadership of certain senators, including Senator from Riverside and my wife, they're pushing for the BS at the community college, and it's very close to being accepted. He can still veto, and that'll be okay because it's not okay, but at least we're getting one step further. And Angel was very instrumental in getting letters of support from students, because we needed a lot of letters of support from students to make sure that they understand. A lot of students want to continue their education, but when you have to pay $45,000, district is visionary. Diana's doing a great job. They respect her at the state level, and so we move forward with that.
Thank you. There is no report of the Board Policy and Procedures ad hoc committee. Trustee Williams, is there a Board of Governors report?
Yeah, before I do that, first I just want to say thank you. First to the chancellor, to Jose, and just the entire team. Being at the groundbreaking, that was last week, and just the following through on our commitment to be able to see the bond dollars at work is like really, really pleasing, and just to see the buildings go up, and this is just like one after the other, and so I think people really appreciate that, and just any time that we have the ability to just keep reminding folks, thank you for voting for this, and then look at what your money is doing, and so just thank you all for following through and doing these things so rapidly and at such a high quality. From the Board of Governors, I've had the opportunity to really just expand my perspective of what happens in the California community colleges. We toured Northern California rural colleges, 2 or 3 day tour. We went to Lansing Community College, Butte Community College, Shasta, and Feather River Community College. And so just to be able to see the difference between rural communities and what they have to go through. So where these folks are at, the university is about 71 miles away. I mean, folks got to drive all the way 2.5 hours to Reno to go to Popeyes and get food. And so when they're going to go shopping, they're shopping for like 2 weeks because it's not a lot of resources there. If you got to have a baby, you might be driving to Oregon or you might be driving into Reno, 2 hours. And so we had an opportunity to really record videos of students just talking about the need for community colleges to be able to offer the baccalaureate nursing programs, because they need the ability up in those communities to be able to care for one another because they don't have a hospital up there. And so when you talk about communities like Blythe, then it just makes me, understand and then the difference and the challenges that we experience here. And so it was just a really interesting experience. I got to do an ultrasound of a horse. I got to watch a horse breathe. It was like, yeah, it was. Then they breathe. I wasn't expecting to watch these horses. It was a really interesting experience. That's all I can say. They didn't tell us all of that. I didn't even have the right shoes on, but I did. So I did an ultrasound of a horse. It was a great experience. Watching their burn boss program and the whole forestry management stuff. And so it was just a really interesting experience, and it really expanded my understanding of what actually happens and we're really lucky down here, and I think our students need to really how much resources are invested in San Bernardino Community College District. Like, we offer a lot of stuff, and so I'll just leave it at that. The next Board of Governors meeting is in November. I don't remember the exact dates.
Thank you. Joint Powers Authority, Trustee Houston.
We did have a meeting in September, and we are continuing to focus our resources on our strategic priorities, which include all things related to relationships with the partnerships that are part of the JPA, and that work continues. So thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to our action agenda, the approval of minutes for the September 11th, 2025. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped over the Chancellor entirely, which she has just reminded me of having done. I was so excited to get to the action agenda. I apologize.
That-
Chancellor's report.
Thank you, sir. 'Cause I got a lot to say. Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted just to start by sharing a little about what we've been working on in terms of our community partners. Last week, as stated, we held a community conversation about affordable housing for our students and our local community's workforce. So we shared our vision for Legacy Village. This is 15 acres near San Bernardino Valley College, where we hope to build over 400 units of housing. I'm going to be optimistic and say when we build this housing. We imagine walkable green spaces, services for basic needs, and places where people can gather, or as I like to call them, sticky spaces. So it'll be a place that supports students, veterans, former foster youth, working families, basically everyone in our community. So as Trustee Williams said, thank you to the voters who approved Measure CC. The district has already invested just over $182 million to purchase the land, which will get us started. But we still need about $22 million to close that gap to make this housing village even more affordable for our students and also for our community. The conversation last week gave us ideas on how to partner with others on how we're going to get there. So it was a lot of exciting conversations, and I want to thank Jose Torres, Farah Berzana, and so many others for really pushing this project forward. So thank you, Jose, and your team. We appreciate it. And since I mentioned Jose, he doesn't like to be in the spotlight so much, or at least that's what he tells us, right? But I didn't want to let this go unmentioned. Senator Eloise Gomez-Reyes recently named him a Man of the Year nominee for the Senate District 29. Congratulations. You know, that recognition speaks to the impact he's making in our district for our students and our community. So congratulations again, Jose, well deserved. I'd also like to highlight what happens every October. The new financial aid cycle has kicked off. Trustee Reyes mentioned some of the events, but for a lot of families, right, and I know for many in my family, paying for college can feel overwhelming and often very, very unaffordable. And that's why we launched the regional Cash for College campaign with our local schools, KVCR, community partners, and the California Student Aid Commission. The goal was to make sure that students get the help they need to apply for financial aid through the FAFSA and the California DREAM Act. Last year in the Inland Empire, we did really well, right? Better than the state average. But 3 in 10 students still didn't apply. 30% of our students still didn't apply, and that's leaving a whole lot of money on the table for our students. And we want to make a change. We want to change that this year. In fact, NBC News came out to cover the kickoff event yesterday. In just a few minutes, I want to show you that clip because I think it's really special. But I especially want to thank student trustee Jasmine Garcia for sharing her story. Amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And of course, to Angel Rodriguez and his team of Jackie, Debbie, Inez, Eric, Julie, and of course, Connie, Leva, and the entire KVCR team, Vanessa, Tim, and Elizabeth, for putting together such an incredible event. But before I wrap up, just a quick update on the advocacy front that Trustee Reyes mentioned. We are wholeheartedly supporting AB 1400, right, which would allow 10 community college to pilot a bachelor's program in nursing. The bill is on the governor's desk right now. We are this close from hearing of whether or not he will sign the bill or not. If it is signed, it could help address the nursing shortage in our region and open new doors for our students and earn an affordable bachelor's degree in a high demand field. So we are optimistic that he will sign. So more to come on that, and we'll be sure to keep the campus communities abreast of as we go forward in that. And so with that, Roger, can you show the video on the Cash for College? I think this is so cool.
Forrest, Chris, and Cáceres get you over the hurdles to make sure you get the most money for your education.
It opens up a whole new avenue of being a student to me.
Jasmine Garcia says she's always had big dreams in life, but achieving her education, she says, was too expensive and almost impossible until she discovered financial aid.
I came from the perspective of having to work to survive. I had to constantly be worried about if I'm going to be able to make rent, if I'm going to be able to even afford to eat at times. I've myself experienced homelessness and everything too.
So that Cash for College and career training is available. Today, the 31-year-old returning student shared her story at San Bernardino Valley College as local leaders launched Cash for College, a campaign to help students navigate the cost of higher education.
We're telling families Cash for College and career training is available. And the way to do that, you have to fill out the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act application.
That means the state of California is investing $4 billion. It then depends on the number of applications that we get every year. But here in our state, we also have grants specifically by student group. Today, I'm here in the Inland Empire to tell you that your dreams are possible.
If you're a foster youth, student parent, or middle-class student, experts say you may qualify.
So in many cases, its tuition and fees are completely covered for many low-income Californians. After that, you also have college affordability, like basic needs resources. So for many students in community colleges, it could mean gas, housing, textbooks.
Experts say each case is different, regardless if you plan on staying in the Inland Empire or across the state. We have a link on our website, but make sure you apply before the March 2nd deadline. A simple step that is helping this student achieve her dream of becoming a college professor one day.
So for me, in particular, it is kind of paying for everything because financial aid, aside from the financial aid money that I get, I also get federal work study, which is combined with the financial aid process.
I'm proud to support your journey. Thank you.
In San Bernardino, Christian Cáceres, NBC4 News.
Isn't that cool?
Your day started.
Cash for College. We literally have hundreds of these, right? So please let all of our students know and all of the community know that it is time to apply. And Trustee Aguilera, I apologize. I read through my notes far too fast. So congratulations on also being a nominee from the state senator for Man of the Year. Congratulations, sir.
Hold on, Chancellor. I think what they both have in common is I'm suddenly in their lives. You're welcome.
I think that is what earned them the nominee. I think it is. That is my report, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. And now, actually, moving on to the action agenda. So we have the minutes of the September 11th, 2025 and the September 25th, 2025 meetings.
So moved.
Do we have a second? So we have a motion by Trustee Betters and a second by Trustee Reyes to approve the September 11th, 2025 business meeting minutes and the September 25th, 2025 board strategy session minutes. I'll go ahead with a roll call vote, please. And okay. So Student Trustee Garcia? Aye. Student Trustee Espinosa? Can we hear you?
Yes.
All right, yes. Thank you. Trustee Aguilera? Trustee Betters. Aye. Trustee Houston.
Aye.
Trustee Longville.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
And chair votes aye. The motion carries. Moving on to the 2026-2027 San Bernardino Community College District academic calendar. Do we have a motion to approve the academic calendar?
So moved.
Trustee Aguilera? Okay. Would you like to second that, John? Okay. So we have a motion by trustee Aguilera, second by trustee Longville to approve the 2026-2027 SBCCD academic calendar. We'll go ahead with our roll call vote. Student trustee Garcia? Aye. Student trustee Espinosa?
Yes.
Trustee Aguilera? Aye. Trustee Betters? Trustee Houston?
Aye.
Trustee Longville? Aye. Trustee Reyes?
Aye.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
And chair votes aye, the motion carries. Item C, request for proposal and contract for EDCT training services. I'll call for a motion.
Yeah, I'd like to move to approve an award request for proposal 2026-01 and contracts to qualifying firms in an amount not to exceed $600,000 for fiscal year 2026 to 2030.
Do we have a second?
Second.
So we have a motion by trustee Williams with a second by trustee Betters to approve an award request for proposal 202601 and contracts to qualifying firms in the amount not to exceed $600,000 for fiscal years 2026 to 2030. We'll go ahead with our roll call vote. Student trustee Garcia? Aye. Student trustee Espinosa?
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera?
Aye.
Trustee Betters? Trustee Houston?
Aye.
Trustee Longville? Trustee Reyes?
Aye.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the motion carries. Moving on now to the consent agenda, which is expected to be routine and non-controversial and will be acted upon by the board at a single time with no discussion. Any member of the board, staff member, or citizen may request that an item be removed from this section for discussion. Are there any items to pull from the consent agenda?
Second.
All right, we have a motion by trustee Longville with a second by trustee Williams to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? A roll call vote then. Student trustee Garcia? Aye. Student trustee Espinosa?
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera? Aye. Trustee Betters? Aye. Trustee Houston?
Aye.
Trustee Longville?
Aye.
Trustee Reyes?
Aye.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the motion carries.
Just a side note, if I may ask of our council, for the consent calendar, is it not the case that we don't need to take a vote?
A vote is required, discussion is not.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Moving on to additional represented groups reports. First up will be Crafton Hills College Academic Senate.
Thank you. Dean Amanda Smith presented the green folder to raise awareness of wellness resources enhancing student support in and out of the class. In compliance with state regulations, the college has added ethnic studies to our local general education pattern, which Senate formally approved for vote. I will be attending the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges statewide plenary in November with Vice President for Outreach of the Academic Senate, Kristen Clements. I'm serving as the delegate voter on behalf of Crafton Hills College. Tomorrow, I will also be attending our Academic Senate Area D Zoom meeting as the resolutions written by colleges system-wide will be discussed. Vice Chancellor Ornelas presented and provided the Senate with updates on the Book Saver program. Congratulations to our newly elected Academic Senate Vice President for Outreach, Kristen Clements, who is an Associate Emergency Medical Services Professor and Clinical Coordinator. And congratulations to Ralph Rabago and Janine Ledoux for their Professor Emeritus status, which was voted by acclamation by the Senate body. That concludes the Academic Senate report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Crafton Hills College Classified Senate.
Hello, how are you all today? We had another successful onboarding event for our new classified professionals. That was yesterday. This is something that started a few years ago. Kashonda Harris, who is our professional development coordinator, got that going in collaboration with the Classified Senate, and it's been very successful. What happens is that it's in addition to the orientation that new hires get when they start. This gives them more of an orientation to the campus itself, gives them an opportunity to find out the difference between Senate and the union and what we can do for them, how to get involved, how to participate in committees. And then yesterday, what we added is a campus tour, because there are parts of the campus that I didn't even know existed until I'd been here for 15 years. So we thought, let's fix that. So it was very successful, and I would like to thank Kashonda and also our other participants, Jamie Sierra, Ruby Zuniga, and Diana Vaitis, for helping make it so successful. The other thing that's happening is our Classified Senate will be supporting our Roadrunners on October 29th at the last home water polo match of the game. I'm still not sure of the season, and we hope to see some managers and trustees and faculty there as well. That'd be great. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Crafton Hills College Associated Students. I believe Student Trustee Garcia is giving the. You can do it from there, unless you really want to.
I'll do it from here. Okay, so we have 3 actions and goals that have been updated. The first is for elimination of barriers to student access and success. The Crafton Hills Student Senate is preparing for our upcoming pre-Club Rush and Club Rush events, which will help students get involved, connect with campus life, and access valuable resources. These events strengthen engagement and foster a greater sense of belonging and inclusivity. ASG is also supporting a letter advocating for the continued availability of online and hybrid classes with Canvas. Flexible learning options are vital for students balancing academics, work, and family, and we believe maintaining these formats is key to ensuring equitable access and success for all Roadrunners. The second is be a diverse, equitable, inclusive, and anti-racist institution. Crafton Hills College Associated Student Government recently welcomed 3 new Senate members to its leadership team and approved the second draft of the Student Equity Plan. These actions reflect ASG's ongoing commitment to representation, inclusion, and meaningful progress toward equity on campus. By broadening participation in leadership and actively shaping policies that promote fairness and access, ASG ensures the diverse perspectives guide decision-making and that every Roadrunner feels seen, valued, and supported. And the third, be a leader and partner in addressing regional issues. In preparation for the upcoming Advocacy Academy, Crafton Hills College student leaders are developing the knowledge and skills needed to engage with regional and local issues. This training empowers ASG members to effectively represent their peers and advocate for meaningful change beyond campus boundaries. By participating in this program, student leaders strengthen their ability to serve as informed, collaborative partners in addressing the needs of both the college and the wider community. That is the end of the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. San Bernardino Valley College Academic Senate.
Just checking. Yep. Okay, perfect. Hello, good evening, Chancellor Rodriguez, Board of Trustees, and everyone here tonight or late afternoon. As I enter my second year as Academic Senate President, my focus continues to be on strengthening faculty voices to advance our community and eliminate barriers to our students. One powerful way faculty are eliminating barriers is through the Burden-Free Instructional Materials Initiative. Our faculty are investing tremendous time creating open education resources, zero textbook cost courses that directly remove financial barriers to enrollment, retention, and success. With your support, we can continue to invest in providing faculty the dedicated time they need to develop these high-quality materials that benefit our students. Our HSI commitment, as we continue deepening our commitment as a Hispanic serving institution, I want to thank Dr. Contreras and his team for bringing on Dr. Gina Ann Garcia to lead our Hispanic Heritage Month as our inspiring keynote speaker in September. We also commend SBCCD for joining over 170 colleges in supporting HSI funding with up to $3 million at stake for our science labs, online education, and equity programs. We respectfully request the board's continued support in formalizing our HSI commitments through policy development and resource allocation. This year also marks a milestone in shared governance for us. We welcome Alacia Nash, Vice President of Student Senate, as our first standing ASG representative at our Academic Senate meetings. This partnership ensures student perspectives directly inform academic policies. The Academic Senate looks forward to collaborating with PPAC to strengthen our policy development processes, ensuring meaningful faculty input in academic and professional matters, while promoting transparency and equitable representation across all constituent groups. Thank you for your continued support to faculty and student success. Thank you.
Thank you. San Bernardino Valley College Classified Senate. Hanging out in the booth.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Kevin Marno. I'm from Classified Senate. I'm the treasurer. And what I have to report on is we are working on our constitution and bylaws. We are formulating more concrete constitution and bylaws, as well as we recently decided on our meeting agenda. So we are going to be meeting on Fridays from 11, for anyone watching at home, from 11 to 12:30 on Fridays, the second week of each month. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. San Bernardino Valley College Associated Students. No report. CSEA? No CSA. CTA?
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jesse Lemieux. I'm professor at chemistry at Valley College, and also I'm representing tonight the faculty union. For those of you that I've not met, for the last 4 years, I've been a union executive board officer and a negotiations team member. Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you. There are lots of good things to report at CTA. Our chapter added nearly 24 members this past semester, and we 100% recognize that this big total exists in part because the district has hired so many new faculty members. We appreciate this investment in our colleagues and students a lot. Our chapter also just wrapped up a special election cycle. CHC members elected a new vice president in Meredith McLaren, and SBVC has a new full-time representative in Dr. Lisa Henkel. It is great to have them both in these leadership roles. Our faculty luncheons have been a positive experience this semester. Some 24 Crafton members gathered last month for a traditional sushi meal in the Learning Resource Center. And just yesterday, more than 50 Valley College members met up in the sunroom for an amazing lunch prepared by Chef Stacy Myers and her team. The Student CTA, a Valley College club, also held a luncheon last week. It seems like the union eats a lot. But they had almost 20 student members in attendance, and thanks to Ed Gomez for advising this group. I also wanted to mention before closing that our negotiation team, alongside the district's team, convened for our first formal discussion. We are all striving to continue the constructive dialogue that we developed together last year. Have a great night, folks, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. I believe we're on to the Police Officers Association. No reports. Staff reports. San Bernardino Valley College President, Dr. Contreras.
Thank you, Trustee Gonzalez. In addition to my written report, I have a few updates, but before I get to them, I just want to say thank you to our student trustee, Jasmine. That is outstanding, your voice representing this district at that level. Thank you for doing that. The college is really vibrant right now. I want to mention what Trustee Williams touched on, the student services groundbreaking last Friday was really inspiring. It's 102,000 square feet of a bold investment, of bold leadership that fosters a sense of belonging, the front porch of the college facing the community, connecting to the community. I want to thank Trustees Houston, Gonzalez, Reyes, and Williams for being there, Senator Gomez Reyes, Assembly Member James Ramos, from the San Bernardino City Council, City Council members Sanchez and Flores is also an alum of San Bernardino Valley College, Chancellor Rodriguez, Jose Torres, and your entire team for a wonderful event. The second is KVCR hosted the Young Women in Leadership Conference on September 26th, and that was outstanding to be a speaker in that and just do a welcome featuring Connie Leyva and Chancellor Rodriguez, and as I mentioned to the young women who were participating, hearing from leaders among leaders. And Chancellor Rodriguez and Connie Leyva, thank you for inviting me to that and for bringing that to Valley College. And last Thursday, the Legacy Village presentation, again, has already been mentioned by others, so I won't spend too much time on that. But I want to acknowledge Executive Vice Chancellor Torres and his team, Farah Farzana, Abel Favela, Yash Patel, Erica Mange. This is really innovation at its best. Workforce housing, student housing, responding to the needs of the community, responding to our students. absolutely outstanding. Other reminders that the Olympics for SBCCD are next Friday, hosted by San Bernardino Valley College. We're still looking to avenge the Rathgate incident from last year. We've designed some activities we think we're going to win: dodgeball, tug of war. There's some things that we're really excited about. And I want to close by sharing a video. We are celebrating 100 events, and by the end of October, we would have 39 events completed, and each time we're capturing them through video. So this is the most recent capturing of those 100 events. I also want to raise awareness to Breast Cancer Awareness Month for everyone impacted by cancer and their loved ones. Very important to acknowledge that as well.
Can we do it?
So if you check out the YouTube channel, they'll be there throughout the year capturing this entire centennial celebration. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Congrats. That was a great event last Friday for the groundbreaking.
Nobody wanted to clap for your great video, though. Sorry. Okay. Well done.
Crafton Hills College President, Dr. Haran.
Well, I want to begin by also congratulating Jasmine Garcia for representing not only Crafton Hills College, but the district as well. She's such an articulate speaker, and she just continues to get better and better every time she's in front of a group of people. Just a few updates. I want to thank a couple of district folks for some support that they provided to Crafton as we continue to navigate conversations around belonging and finding safe spaces for employees to meet and congregate and build community. And I really want to thank Leah Nepomuceno and Asia Brown for their efforts this last week. They did a really fantastic job. I also want to thank Keith Wirtz and his team. We've been continuing to have fantastic conversations with our mountain community partners at Rim of the World and Bear Valley Unified. And I'm so pleased to report that in the spring, we are going to have 5 dual enrollment courses at Bear Valley in art, biology, history, physics, and Spanish. And so it's just, they're turning out to be really fantastic partners, and we're looking forward for continued growth there. And then lastly, next week, the day before the Olympics, is Crafton Hills College Gala Field of Dreams. It's our largest fundraiser of the year. I hope that many of you can join us there. We have a lot of fantastic prizes, to raffle items and auction items to support student success, and I look forward to seeing everyone there. And as far as the Olympics, let's just look at the medal count. Gold is good.
Have a good celebration the day before. To get tired out.
Thank you, Dr. Haran. Executive Vice Chancellor?
No report.
Vice Chancellor of Human Resources and Police Services.
No report, but let's go DSO. Let's go for the gold again.
Vice Chancellor of Educational and Student Support Services.
No report.
Associate Vice Chancellor of Government Relations and Strategic Communications.
No report.
All right. Section 10.9, if I could read Roman numerals. Information items. Are there any questions or discussion of information items by the board? All right. If there are none, then we will enter our closed session to discuss confidential matters that are generally stated on the agenda. Are there any public comments for closed session items? All right. The time is now 4:42 and 7 seconds. We just missed 4:41. And we will now move to closed session. Let's convene in about 10 minutes.
5. In closed session, the board unanimously approved the resignation agreement and general release between the district and employee number 30200. Pursuant to the terms of the agreement, employee number 30200 has resigned effective September 19th, 2025. Under the agreement, employee number 30200 releases the district from any and all legal claims. The roll call vote was unanimous.
The next meeting of the board will be the November board meeting. And on that was not on my sheet.
13th.
Okay. Will be November 13th at 5 p.m. here in the SBCCD boardroom, 550 East Hospitality Lane, Suite 200, etc. The time is 5:21 and the meeting is adjourned.